of y'all heard about what was taking place in Germany before 1933? I'm pretty sure this is a dude who's dressed up like a woman, and they also apparently had child brothels. In 1933, the Nazi Party raided and shut down child brothels in Germany. That's why we have seen 0 Nazis in the Epstein files so far. This says Hitler Youth burned down the first ever trans clinic in 1933. This is a book that was in there, The Homosexuality of Men and Women. In Weimar, Germany, the gay Jewish doctor Magnus Hirschfeld performed the first gender-affirming surgeries and collected research on sexuality. The 1933 book burning destroyed his life's work. And did y'all know any of this? I didn't know any of this, and I'm just asking for people's, knowledge and interest. Every aspect of this, there's so many people of this religious belief all over our media. Look at every aspect of our media: ESPN, HBO, TMZ, Showtime, Paramount. Every aspect. And there's more. Sony, Paramount, Fox, Comcast. And look at this. This is something people go to every single day, and it's owned by somebody of a particular religious background. This right here, the owner of OnlyFans, pledges $11 million to Israel, and he's a particular religious background. Interesting. All these people, Winston Churchill, Vladimir Lenin, Field Marshal, these people are all particular Freemasons. But Winston Churchill, they're all of the same order. And also our education system, 1915, Rockefeller put over $180 million into the U.S. education. I believe Rockefeller was Jewish. He taught us about what we would learn, how teachers would teach it, and how kids were to be socialized in the system. This is a terrible graphic, but the New York Times, Washington Post, Huffington Post, The Guardian, I don't know what this is, but it's owned by the Rothschilds, BBC, Vox, and BuzzFeed. These are all higher-up people that are of the same particular religious background. The same goes here, more media. That's the one you guys just saw, this Let's Go Brandon movement that was taking place, Disney. These are all people of the same religious background. The abortion movement, all these people, the same religious background. The Trump administration, all of the same religious background. Okay? And I believe this is an immigration thing. Look at all these people, CNN, New York Times, 21st Century Fox, NBC, CBC, CBS, NPR, all of these people.
And that image right there is very shocking, because we've been telling you that Edomites that call themselves Jewish people control the whole world. Now you've seen everything unfold. So I'm going to get into this book real quick. Who was Esau Edom? So the Jewish people, I'm just going to say it how it is, are Edomites, and they'll be the head tribe of the nation of Edom. And this will be the last kingdom that's in power before the Messiah comes back. Yahweh Shah is going to return to a rule ruled by Edomites, so-called white people. And they call themselves Jewish. They call themselves the Europeans. They call themselves white people. They call themselves Australian, South African, French, Spanish, British, Canadian, so on and so forth. Okay, this is out of page 11 of this book right here. Let's get straight to the point. Last paragraph. It says the best historical evidence, therefore, shows that the Jews, so-called, right, are not descended directly from the Israelites. They're not of the Bible, but derive much of the ancestry from the Khazars and other Turkish Asiatic blood. The Khazars are also of Edomite stock. Both stocks make up present-day Jews, as the historian H.G. Wells states. It says the Idumeans, Edomites, were made Jews. It says, according to the Jewish Encyclopedia, the original stock of the Khazars came from the land of Edom. Let's get into the scripture. So it's nothing that we are making up. Now, if you don't understand this information, but you can't process it, that's not on us, but it is the truth. And the Lord said he was going to expose the Edomites towards the end of days, the times that we're in right now. Jeremiah 49 and 10. It says, but I have made Esau bare, uncovered. He's naked. He's exposed. It says, I have uncovered his secret places, going back into his secret societies, his rituals, child sacrifice, so on and so forth, all the wickedness that the human mind cannot understand. And he should not be able to hide himself. So what he has pushed in the earth is these different lies. which one of the main lies is they taught in the Christian church that the Edomites were done away with, which is a bold-faced lie because they don't want to be associated with being Edomites because they are Edomites. It says his seed is Spar, and his brother and his neighbors, he is not. This is a fucking devil. This is the deranged psychopath devil that pushed all this wickedness, as you saw like in that first clip with Germany, right? So it goes to show you that it was a way different agenda going on than what you've been taught. And watch what I'm saying because I know that the YouTube police, and that's another thing we sick of too. But let me digress. Let's go here. I'm gonna show you some more stuff. Obadiah 1:1. See, in a part of them keeping you dumb, keeping you in darkness, keeping you dumbed down, keeping you totally ignorant. Remember, because the definition of ignorance just means you don't know something, right? That's what ignorance is. It says Obadiah 1:1. But the vision of Obadiah does say Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah concerning Edom, the Jewish people, so-called white people, Spanish, the French, the Canadians, South Africans, wherever they are. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. It says, an ambassador is set among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. World War III. Obadiah 1:2. Behold, I have made thee small, and among the heathen thou art greatly despised. That's why you saw in Iran, Iraq, where they burned the idol Baal. You know, some of you brothers already know what I'm talking about. They burned the idol Baal. I think that was in Iran. And it had that Jewish star, which that ain't got nothing to do with King David. Malak Dawadah, they ain't got nothing to do with him. Let's keep going. Obadiah 1:3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, and said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Let's keep going. It says Obadiah, and that's why these Jewish people refer to people as Goyim, Gentiles, sheeple, cattle. And you have your other lower tier Edomites that have that same mentality, but they're using their dumb ass too. Right? Obadiah 1:4, because the Amalekites, the Jewish people, don't share the blessing with the commoner Edomite. Right? Obadiah 1:4. Though exalt thyself as the eagle, I'm gonna show you something. That marriage between the Edomites and the eagle, so we can know who they were today. That's why you go into all the different branches of government. You know, was the Navy, the Marines, the United States Presidential Seal, so on and so forth. I can keep going on all day. It has that eagle as the mascot, the national animal that represents America is the bald eagle. Why is that? Because the Lord is showing us that these are the Edomites, because that eagle and the so-called white people, Jewish people, Edom, have a marriage between that particular animal. Check this out, the Federal Reserve building, because the Federal Reserve is not even a part of the federal government. That's another witchcraft and illusion that they put on the people. It's gone on this side. It's gone. The people are too dumbed down. They don't know what's going on. It says, yes, a prominent marble eagle sculpture sits on the facade above the main entrance. It says the eagle. This is at the Federal Reserve building in Washington, D.C. You may ask yourself this question: why is that eagle on top of the building? Because that represents the Edomites, as I just showed you. Let's go back. Obadiah 1:4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, they go that marriage between Edomites and the eagle. Let's keep going. So like I'm kind of congested, dealing with these allergies. So my voice kind of in and out. So this on top of that building, that eagle as you're looking at, right? On top of the Federal Reserve building, which the Federal Reserve is not a part of the government. The Jewish people control it, starting at the Rothschild family. You know, you go down the list, which are the head tribe of the nation of Edom. Like in the 12 tribes of Israel, which we descend from, the head tribe was Judah, Yahweh. That's the head tribe. So among the Edomites, remember, Esau had 5 sons. So the head tribe of the Edomites will be the Amalekites, which are the Jewish people today. So that makes sense. And they descend from Mount Seir, Edom. But you got different other tribes of Edom. That's why they all the same people, but they're trying to put that confusion upon you. That's why they call themselves Jewish. And then you got the American so-called white, then you got the Spanish, then you got the French. All that just to throw confusion, but these are all the same people. They created these terms and these new names to throw confusion. So as you saw in that video, everywhere they go, they bring that transgenderism. They want to control the money, everything, right? And what they do when you bring confusion like that, when you bring mass confusion, you can create order. So this is one of the things that they do, a part of their system, right? It says ordo ab chaos is a Latin phrase meaning order out of chaos, symbolizing the creation of structure, harmony, or understanding from a state of disorder or confusion. What does the word Babylon mean? What is this place known for? Confusion. That's why you got same-sex couples together, so-called. You can't even say that madness, but you get what I'm saying. That's why you got transgenderism. You got all these different philosophies. It's crazy. All the religions of the world have set nests in this place, and you got nothing but mass confusion. You got men act like women, and women act like men. It's all confused. I actually saw a video a brother did with this Jake woman had a full beard mustache, and prior to that, about a year before that, she looked like a woman. Now she look like a damn man. See what I'm saying? It's demonic. Let's go here. So check this out. Part of their strategy to destabilize people and break them down morally is to bring confusion. It says bring confusion means to cause, create, or introduce a state of bewilderment. That's why they gave you Christianity, a caveat of these different denominations of Christianity to cause much confusion. That's why if you people are supposed to be worshiping the same God, you call yourself Christians. Why is there so many different denominations of Christianity? You got the Latter-day Saints, you got the Seventh-day Adventists, you got the Church of Mormon, the Worldwide Church of God, you have the Methodists, the Baptists, Presbyterian, keep going, right? But y'all supposed to be worshiping the same God, but y'all got different doctrines. Confusion, disorder. And let me tell you this, let me give you a secret. See, a lot of you stupid Christians, you don't know anything. But if you understood the Bible was totally about the Israelites, then I kill all the confusion immediately. And you'd be like, oh, okay, I get it. You got to move on to something else because this ain't your book. It says disorder, misunderstanding, or uncertainty. That's why they keep you in fear. Most of the stuff they push on the news, so-called, is fear, because fear equals control is all propaganda. Let me go here because I don't want this thing to cut off on me. Secret. So these devils have kept many different secrets about what's really going on in this world, about the chariots, about the angels. They gave you these green men with big heads with green flesh. They told you them was so-called aliens. And they put all that witchcraft in your mind ever since you was a child. And we came to undo all that. It ain't no such thing as no green men driving on spaceship. Them are angels. And they look like so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans in those ships. And those ships are going to destroy Babylon and deliver its elect from Babylon. Point blank. Secret. It says, not known or seen or not meant to be known. Or says or seen by others. So that's why they got secret societies, so they can keep all this hidden information from you, so they can keep you as an obedient sheeple. And hopefully this lesson has been edifying. Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rachak Kodash. Shalom.